Hi, Antoinette here. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough, first look actually at the Spectrowhirl Tarot. This is a deck that I got from Etsy. It's as bright and vivid and colourful as you expect it to be. So here's the details if you want to go and have a look at Etsy. So etsy.com shop Spectrowhirl. You can also got Gmail there, website spectrowhirl.com, and you can find them I guess on all the other kind of socials. So I came across this deck. It's abstract art by BenjaminAllan Simon, and it was Gerald at Tarot Stash who was showing this deck along with Robin from Toadstool Tarot, and they were having a little discussion about the deck, and that was how I first came upon such a bright and colourful beauty. So the deck contains a kaleidoscopic collision of light, colour and whimsy. Every card is hand painted on canvas with vibrant acrylics, creating 78 unique rainbow works of art. And these works of art, some of them are for sale on the Etsy shop, and I know Robin and Gerald certainly have some. Now I don't know if they got prints, if they got the originals. I have a feeling there were some originals in their collection, and this is the second edition that I've got printed in 2022. Now Gerald and Robin I think both had the first edition, and so there are different cards in this deck to some of the cards that are in their deck. And the other thing to point out with this deck is that it comes with a guidebook. So I think edition 1 is a PDF that you print, and edition 2 comes with a little insert guidebook. So if we just read this bit here, if I can see it through all the, I think it's easier to read on screen actually. While Spectrowhirl Tarot can function like any traditional 78 card deck for divination, it can also be used as a set of ideas for personal toolkit to help you examine your very own life critically and creatively. The cards don't necessarily speak for your life or predict your future, but they can help illuminate the human condition, highlight the colours of the cosmos, and encourage you to look deeper into the facets of your own hopes and dreams. For the full-length Spectrowhirl Tarot book featuring detailed descriptions, full colour photos and even more spreads, then you can go to Spectrowhirl website. This card I think is in both versions, and it isn't huge, so we have a read here. The fool grins with glee, surrounded by the glittering hues of a gorgeous world. Start new journeys fearlessly, bringing innocence and optimism with you wherever you go. If you work towards the best possible outcome, you'll at least come close to it, and there are always beautiful colours to see along the way. The reverse meaning, be careful not to let brash naivety guide you. Balance optimism with pragmatism. And that's an insight into the majors, and then we go straight into wands, and so we do have one for each card. The courts are normal names, yep, Page, Knight, Queen, King. Then we have the cups, swords. The swords suit was actually really beautiful. And then we have the coins. So it's all standard. There is spreads here. It's this past, present, future, and the summit spread. So nice simple book. And let's bring you down. Should we just have a look at the backs of the cards? Again, just as colourful as the rest of the deck. Cardstock, it's not the thickest, but it feels pretty good. I don't remember any complaints from Gerald and Robin. So it is bordered. Let's just get a card for comparison. Okay, so it is not a complete tarot deck size. Would you believe I don't have any standard, or what you might call standard, decks to hand. So I have the Haunted House Tarot by Sasha Graham from Lo Scarabeo. And this will show you that it's shorter in size than your average deck. Do it that way, because everything's got dark backs. So yeah, so it's a bit shorter and it's a bit wider than the standard card. And then the only other deck that I had to hand was the Triumph's Pips Parade. This one from, I can't remember the gentleman's name. I want to call him Ollie. So bit smaller than that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is this like what you call a poker size, and this maybe is a standard playing card size? Well, I don't know. I'm no expert on card sizes. Okay, let's have a look at the deck. It is bordered. Bring you down a little bit closer. And this is, so if you don't like colour, I can guarantee this deck isn't for you. But if you're enticed by colour like me, this might be. So I don't know that there's anything renamed. I think it is just standard. And you've got to really look into the artwork. So there is a face hiding in there. I can't remember which cards have been remade. I know quite a few were remade. So there is a chance a lot of the majors have been redone. So if you have this deck and you have version 1, it'd be nice to hear which of these are familiar to you. I think this was definitely redone, the Ace, the High Priestess, from the conversation I think the guys were having. But as they stated, it might not read as a tarot deck, a standard tarot deck to you, but you might find things in there. So we do have a crown, we do have the symbol of the Empress in here. We have the abundance with all the fruit and flowers and growth around her. Same with the High Priestess. We have the two like symbols for the pillars. We have the unity, we have the crown, but we also have the other symbols here, and we have the moon phases and the crescent moon. It's just they may not be as you expect to see them. So with our Emperor, we have the skulls here for the rams, and of course we have the big crown. And then we just have like lots of other colours and symbolism. Our Hierophant, we do have the keys, we have the kind of triple, there's a word for that thing up there. And we have locks to unlock as well. So the Lovers, this one is different, most definitely. I can't remember what it looked like on the other card. It was beautiful on the other card too, but here we have kind of two trees, different colours, and that kind of unifying unity, coming together and creating rainbows. So that's almost like there's also the working together to create as well. So it's not just the love relationship, that could also like definitely any relationship. And with our Chariot, we have the wheels of the chariot and the kind of, I don't know, should we call this a pole star direction? It's almost like a lighthouse really. And we've got moons, which I think these sit on the shoulders of the chariot in the RWS. Here we have our Strength, that's beautiful strength. We have the Landscape, or the infinity sign at the top. Our Hermit star, the Wheel of Fortune, and Justice. So we have our scales, sword, kind of crown, pillars, so lots of balance. Here we have our Hanged One. So the eye is upside down, so there is an element of suspension of perception, isn't it? And the Death card. I don't know how to make this one out, okay? Yes, transformation definitely is happening. So it's like, are all these ideas pouring into the head and then this is how they're coming out? This is how they're being released as a splash of everything? Or is this being sucked up and then this is how it's coming out? So you have Temperance, the Devil. We have the chains there as well with the anchor. Here's our Tower, Tower of Spectrowhirl and laser beams. The Star, the Moon, that's a very beautiful card. And then we have the Sun, Judgment, and the World, again another one. So we have that like Saturn-esque feel here as well with this card. And move into the Wands suit. So just go a little bit faster for you. I think, yeah, they're a bit more pippish with the suits, but I don't mind. I quite like pips. So if you need a bit more illustration, may not be quite for you, but with this deck, you can use this as like a chakra deck as well. So you know what colours are popping out to you. If you need to know what chakras are out of alignment, you could definitely use it that way and see which colours you're looking at and what they mean to you. These are 8 of Wands, they're almost like 8 comets. So 9. I like all the different topics to all the wands. And there's our 10. lots of different shapes and sizes. So page, knight, so I don't know if there's like a progression, I don't know that there is. So knight, queen, and king. So if it didn't tell me on the bottom, I honestly wouldn't know which was which. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. These are 3, so these are very, very bright cups. These are 4, oh sorry, 5. Choices, so you'd be hard pushed again without that on the bottom to tell you which one you're looking at, I think. Although perhaps the tentacles give this one away. 8, 9, and there's our 10, spewing out rainbows in all sorts of directions. Page, knight. Again, the cups are all different, so there is no general way of telling the progression, I don't think. I don't think anyone's more elaborate than the other. Swords, so this was a suit that I really quite liked when this one was shown. But then I do like the swords anyway. These are 2. These are 3. That one not so much my favourite, but you know. Had to be somewhere. 4, 5, 6. I do like this one. It's almost like the sword blade almost curls up into part of the river there. I mean, I know you can see it doesn't, but it could be, you know, the wave. And then it also gives me that feeling, that flow that you get with the 6 of Swords. And I also looked at the handles that were on this sword in particular. Originally I saw that as a boat as well, going that way, and that was the direction in which it was going. So although they're pips, they're not what we call lazy pips. There is vibrancy, and I love this one here with the clock on it. Imagination, and then there is very much some of these really do remind me of some Thoth style artwork, especially that one. Here we have our queen. Isn't that very pretty, serene Queen of Swords for a change, with all the rainbows around her? And then we have the king. Now that one looks quite masterful, I will say, as a king card. Then we have our coins. That one's very Marseille-esque, very definite RWS feeling to that one. Here we have 4, 5, so that could definitely be like chakras aligning, couldn't it? Your energy centers whirling. Now we have our 8. I think we're even going for the colours here, are we? Not in order, but the colours are there, or is that root? No, yeah, they're not in order, but they are there. Unless you can recognise anything else in there that I don't, because I only know the basic ones. So we have our page, our knight, our queen, and our king, who actually has an animal. So there you go, that is the Spectrowhirl. What did you think? It took a few weeks for this one to come through from ordering on the website, but it didn't take long, and when it did arrive it just came in very basic, you know, bubble wrap packaging, as you see today, and it's a nice little business card. I didn't order anything extra. You can still get the first edition if you wanted to have a look, but yeah, there is an option for the first edition on the website still. I went with the second edition because it came with the guidebook, because I thought it'd be nice to have the guidebook rather than having to print one out, and so this was my choice. But it shuffles overhand quite nicely, and as always, the magic is within you. Okay, until the next one, take care, bye bye.